Alrighty, hello everyone, got another one. A little bit of a different video here. I recently picked up a new project of mine, and I just got it back from cleaning from my gun guy. And if you hadn't guessed from the title already, I got a little 22. If I can get the rest of this off, I could show you. So, this here is a circa 1880s little, I believe it's Swiss, 22 caliber little gallery gun here. So, nice big chunky barrel. And let's see, where do we have markings here? So, I do believe, I don't know if you could see that, but I believe it does say 22 long, right around there, in there somewhere. Try to make it a little easier to see, but very unlikely. But yeah, 22 long. They don't make that cartridge anymore. I'm in the process of sourcing a barrel liner for this, and I want to be able to try to rechamber this in a more modern cartridge. But in doing so, I want to make this look a little nicer first. So while I wait on parts to show up, I'm going to be having this sent off to be properly looked over and restored a bit, clean up the action, clean some stuff up. And there's some issues in the breech block here where the hammer sits. Someone had dropped the hammer a couple of times right where the right here. There's a little bit of mushrooming I need to clean out. So we're going to try and get this cleaned up here. But we're not working on that. The issue being is the poor shape of this stock. I mean, this thing is absolutely destroyed. It's massive crack running along. This thing either got hit really hard or fell over or something, because this thing is absolutely shattered. And the best thing one can do with a, $200 overpaid antique is to spend almost 1.5 times that on a nice chunk of maple. This is a chunk of Claro maple I purchased online, and we're just going to be trying to, first things first, see what we want to do here, just where we want to place this. A little bit of wax or sap or something. This is probably a 50-50, a good piece of wood or a total piece of shit, but good chance I very much paid way too much for this. So, and we just want to figure out where we want to put this. Do I want a bit of an angle? Do I want to get something going on here? As far as what I've read, though, you more or less want to either get a bit of the end grain basically to kind of go through and go into the stock here, from what I've read. I'm probably not going to follow any of that, but as we can see, the grain is kind of following more or less the contour of the grip. So when all that stress is getting forced down into the stock here, so, and this is pretty much upside down. We might be cutting this upside down on this. I do like how this more or less follows the grain here. Did I say this was a piece of Claro maple? I probably did. I don't have any straight edges here, do I? Most likely not. Let me go grab a straight edge real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, got my straight edge. So, I think I'm going to be doing it like this. Just because it's straight more or less up here, and it's got that contour that follows the grain, for lack of a better term. Because I just kind of want it to follow this. I would do it like this. I do want to get a longer stock out of this as well. This is essentially how they came with such a short stock. I believe this is just a little shy of 2 feet here. So, I think we're just gonna we're gonna go with this here. Let's see if we can get that lined up. I think we're gonna. I did not bring a pair of calipers with me, so this will have to suffice. So, we'll run this about an inch. Give me plenty of room to work with. Make sure I am. Oh, I gave it an extra. Gave it an extra 1/8 of an inch. That should be more than plenty. Still got fireworks going off out there. I think we can clean this up just a skosh. So, it's not very easy to see. I might be limiting myself a little bit, but I am more or less using this, what would be the bottom edge of the stock as the top here, so. But that leaves me with a nice little bit of extra if I so decided to I wanted to put a top on this. So let me just rough this together here, show you guys. This is an antique, so take that off. It's a very ornate one as well. For a rifle, for what is essentially a planking rifle that would be running like these little saloon bars and stuff like that. So, not a bad looking thing. I'm not a big fan of how short this handguard is, because I do feel a little more comfortable putting it a little further out, because this is a pretty hefty rifle given how heavy the action and barrel is. So. Oh yeah. I think it's ready to come apart actually. Well, will that come apart? I feel like there's a tack in there or something. They did fill this thing with epoxy putty and wood putty all over. Oh, that's sticky. Oh yeah, this thing's blown up. Let's see, can I get this to pull? Oh yeah, that's glued in there. Yeah. So yeah, she's definitely worse for wear. We're gonna rough that end back together. I think we can get this to sit just a little nicer. Besides, we will be getting all this checkering. There's some hardware in here I will need to take out, it looks like. Which, that's an issue for another time here. So, we got this roughed out. When I get back to you guys, I'll probably have this more or less carved, the rough shape, and possibly a handguard. So, let's see. How wide is this piece here? So, we're looking at 2 1/4 inches, or for the metric folk, we're looking at 5. Bear with me, I am very hard of seeing right now. So that's 60, 59, 58, 57, 58 millimeters. If we really want to be generous, we can call it 60. So, but yeah, somewhere in this block, we have this action that will be sitting in here. Probably somewhere right about there. And I think that'll look absolutely fantastic for what I want to do. So, but yeah, just a short one here. This is going to take probably the better part of a couple months to get going out here as I slowly go through and acquire some of the remaining pieces of tools that I have, that I need, excuse me, not that I have, tools that I don't have. So I have a plane, I need to get that sharpened. I do need a router. I am following more or less the, not necessarily a how-to, but more of another gentleman by the name of Rackham Projects here. He's obviously a little more equipped for this sort of stuff. I'm just a guy who's sitting in his boxers in a garage trying to do this. I don't have any fancy shop tools or anything like that. Hell, I really don't even have any chisels. But we're going to give this a shot here, so let's see here. A trick I did learn, though, if we want to divide a weird length. So this is like 2 1/4 inches. Well, I don't know off the top of my head what 2 1/4 inches is. So, but I do know that half of 3 inches is 1.5 inches. So we're going to go and try to use the darkest pen like an idiot. We're going to mark it. Let's see. Got a nice little mark there. And let's do it again. 3 inches. Well, got a little V marking our center line. We're going to do this again up here. Okay, and we're going to flip around. And if we did this right, more or less, I might have gotten this about a 1/16 off. Well, we have our center line marked. That should be roughly halfway mark. So what's that, 2 1/4? I think that should be about 1 1/8, and we're sitting just about 1 1/8. So got our center line marked out. I'll have to go get myself some proper marking tools here. I do have chisels and stuff. Again, I just got to go and sharpen them. But this is more or less an introduction into struggling introduction into woodworking. When you don't know what the fuck you're doing and you're just Googling it every few weeks to figure out what it is you're supposed to do. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I actually do something with this. If not, it'll probably get left to the dregs of the ether that is my computer's hard drive. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.